Hey there. So in this video, I just want to show you something that I use to communicate with students, entire classes or small groups of students, and it's called groups. And it's really efficient for if you want to send out an email to your entire class, or if you want to send out a message to a group. Let's say that you're doing an activity where you have your class broken up into 6 groups. You can actually put the students into groups. It's a little bit time consuming, but once you get your head around it, it's pretty easy. At the bare minimum, you should have a group for each one of your whole classes, okay? I'm going to show you how to make that right now. So I'm in groups, so if you want to get there, you just go to your little grid up here, and there's this button here with the 2 faces in it. It says groups. And when you get there, it'll look like this, and there's a lot of features in here that you probably will never really need to touch or anything like that. But very simply, if you want to make a group, you're going to click the red button, and it's create group, and you're going to give your group a name. So let's say that you teach, grade 4. So I'll call this Hinton grade 4, and it actually automatically makes an email address for the whole group. And anything that you send to that email address, you can just put this in and send it. So the email address now becomes hinton-grade-4group@gnezpez.ca. If you want to call it something else like Hinton 4, again, that might be for my grade 4 group. Okay, you can give it a little description, whatever, and all that you do is once you create that group, you don't really need to change or worry about any of these settings down here. Just leave them as what the default is, and you're going to click the create button, and it takes a little while because it's setting it up and running it through the system. And once it's created, what you will be able to do is invite your students to the group, and it's a really simple invitation process. So you'll get a little confirmation here once you've created the group. And I don't use the groups, like I don't go to the groups area at all once I've made the group. Like I use it externally. So the only time you need to go here is when you want to add new people. So if I click on my group, and I'll just click it right here, and you can give yourself like a little nickname and all that stuff. I've got some options up at the top here. There's the manage button, there's the members button, there's an about button. So if I go to my members, you can see that there's just me here, okay? But if I click on this manage button up here, all right, you can see that there's a couple different settings that I have over here. So you can see everything over here, but if I just click invite, this is how you start inviting people to your class. It doesn't take very long, because what you want to do is you just want to start typing in people's names. So I'm just going to type in my coworker here, Stephen Foltz. Or if you know the person's email, you can type that in too. But for really common names, you should know their email. There's a few duplicates in the system, but if you know the specific student's name, so I'm going to type in another colleague here, and their name pops up, Phil Carter. I'm just going to add him, and then all that I do is I click send invites, and you can send this to your whole class. So when I set it up, I just type in all of my students' names in that class, and I send them an invite, and the invite will go to their Gmail account, and all that they have to do to join your group is go to their Gmail, and there's a little blue button that they click on in that email, and they're in the group. And then you can set you have a whole class set up. So one of my classes that I have here, I teach a class called 6-1 and 6-2, and I just want to show you what this looks like in action. So I'm going to go over I'm going to go to my Gmail right now, okay, and it's just going to pop open, and you can see here I've got a couple things, emails here, and when I want to send an entire thing to my class, okay, so let's say I want to send a whole email class. So I'm going to compose a new email, and I'm just going to start typing in 6-1, and this email and anything I send in it and any attachments I send in it will go to the entire 6-1 class. They'll all get it. So you can use it to send things. I can send it to my 6-2 class as well. So I can send it to both of my classes. So let's say that I have a message, make sure that you read pages 36 to 42 tonight. in your textbook. I can send that off really, really quickly. Okay, so you can use the group that you've made up in Gmail. Also, if you go to your Drive, so this is my Drive here, you can send an entire document or entire file to your class or share it with them. So let's say that I've got a document that I want to send to all of my class. So I want to send a photo to them or a document. So I'm just going to make a document here. So just one sec while I just get it set up. And I'm just going to call the document there, more information on our novel. And I'm just making this right now. It's going to appear just down at the bottom here. You can see here, this is the more information on our novel. And if I want to share that with the whole class, all that I have to do is I have to just click the little share button up here, which is the head with the plus, or I can right click it and click the share button. And instead of just typing in every student's name one by one, because I already have them in a group, I'm just going to type in 6-1, and then that will send it as an option that it's shared with them, so they can all view that document. Okay? If you want to send out students like worksheets to work on, I suggest using Classroom. But if you want to send them out a video, a file, a song, a document that you just want them to read or review, I definitely suggest sending it through sharing to the group or sharing it through an attachment on email. So that's kind of the basics. So just to review, you go to groups, you create a new one, you manage your members, you invite all your students, and then you can just start typing that in when you're sharing or sending an email, and you can communicate with the whole class pretty simply and pretty effectively.